92% of people won't watch this video until the end. Just like how 92% of people have already given up on their New Year's resolutions. 50 years ago, human beings lived without phones. But now, we can't even focus on one task without being distracted. Just focus on this one video. Take it as the first step to quitting your phone addiction. No scrolling, no opening other tabs, no playing phone games. Hey, actually, I'll give you some dopamine hits while we're here. 5 years ago, I would wake up, grab my phone, sit on my chair, and end up scrolling through some app. I didn't even know what I was looking for. There was nothing good to see. So I would swipe up and open the app again. Why does this happen? You've watched hundreds of videos online on how to cure phone addiction, and none of them seem to work. And no matter how many times you've tried to quit, you just keep getting dragged back time and time again until you end up feeling pretty bad about yourself. You see, the reason why these videos don't work is because they just give you tips and tricks, but they don't fix the root cause. Imagine you're driving, you see a big red light beeping on the dashboard. Are you gonna take a hammer and smash the red light, or are you gonna actually fix the problem? My average screen time used to be 9 hours a day, but after learning what I'm about to tell you, it dropped quite a lot. I'll show you what I did, then at the end I'll debunk all the little phone life hacks, because at this point, I've tried them all. I've been waiting days to record, but then they're clouds. I hope I'm not doxing myself. So in that case, what's the real reason why we scroll? There are two reasons, one of which might be a bit more dangerous than you think. First of all, it's the way our brains work. I've watched a lot of videos on phone usage, and they all cover the big boring subject of dopamine. Long story short, it's basically hard work make you feel good, phone make you feel good, but no need hard work. I watched several podcasts for that. You're welcome. It's that feeling when you've gone for a run or just finished a hard day's work, basically accomplished anything difficult. Your brain reacts the same way when you see something new on your phone, even though you didn't do any difficult work to get there. So when you're supposed to be doing hard work, your brain says, why not do that other thing that makes us feel better faster? So you pick up your phone and enjoy those sweet dopamine hits. Phones are not the enemy. Technology is a tool. And just like a tool, we must have a reason to use it before we pick it up. We won't just pick up a pen and say, oh, maybe I'll stare at this for an hour. And then there's the more pressing issue. Consumer neuroscience. The reason why you keep scrolling isn't because you're undisciplined, unmotivated, or you suck at life. You see, the internet, phones, and social media are actually designed to steal your attention, your free will. Companies spend millions of dollars and millions of hours developing the perfect app with the perfect colors and perfect designs just to steal your attention, hook you in, and keep you on the app. You're going up against an entire army of multi-million-dollar corporations, researchers, and scientists. Cut yourself some slack. So we feel bored, tired, or distracted, and we pick up our phones. And all the strategically designed colors and formats hook us in and don't let us leave. So a while later we realize we've been scrolling for some time, feel annoyed with ourselves, and pick up our phone again. It's an endless cycle. What helped me was to be intentional with phone usage. Before you pick up your phone, stop and think, what am I going to use my phone for? If you can't think of a good reason to, don't use your phone. But you've heard this advice before. Problem is, most of us already have our phone unlocked before we realize that we even reached for it. So in that case, we need to extend the time between picking up our phone and that sweet dopamine hit we desire. It's not about turning your phone to grayscale or deleting those precious apps. It's about putting it out of sight and making it more difficult to access. Put your phone in a cupboard, drawer, or on the other side of the room. So whenever you feel like using it, the extra action of having to go get your phone will allow you to reason with yourself. Sometimes, success is less about making good habits easy and making bad habits hard. But still, why are some people the exception? Why are some able to use technology as tools and not be controlled by them? Well, you see, there's one last reason. No one tells you about it because you're not gonna like it. 4 years ago, when everyone was at home, my screen time was at an all-time high. 8-9 hour days, and no surprise, I wasn't accomplishing anything. 1 month later, I dropped my screen time to 3 hours total. And it was easy too. No app blockers, no deleting social media, no downgrading to a Nokia phone or whatever people tell you. How? Imagine you were in a big grassy field with one catch. For every blade of grass you plucked out in the next 1 hour, you would receive $100. You would instantly start massacring the field, won't you? There's no alternate timeline where you just stop and, I don't know, check Instagram. You see, the reason why the most successful aren't sitting down and checking the phones all day is because, simply put, they have something more important to do. They all have a bigger goal they want to accomplish. and that makes them strategize ways to keep at what they're doing. If they find that something distracts them, they'll remove it. How did I get my screen time from 8 hours to 3? I set a bunch of goals. I wanted to work out. I wanted to read a book every week. I wanted to wake up at 5 AM and go for morning walks. Because of those goals, I couldn't afford to use my phone as much. I just didn't have time to. So I would put my phone into a drawer until noon. Then I would wake up at 5, walk, work out, and read half the day. I ended up having the best, most productive 2 months of my entire life. And did I feel left out of conversations, online drama, or whatever people were worrying about? No. I do get that now we use technology for work. If you've got to reply emails or you get fired, please reply those emails. Don't tell your boss that some handsome guy online told you not to check your phone before noon and oh, then I can't reply those emails. But find some time every day where you can put your phone aside. And during that time, focus on a task. Give your full attention to it. You'll find that your desire to use your phone decreases. So now you might be wondering, what about all those tricks to reduce screen time? Are they all just lies? I tried all of them and I actually came across a common theme. You might find this interesting. Log out of apps, turn your phone to grayscale, and sleep with it away from you. The common trait between all of these, making it more difficult to mindlessly pick up your phone and use it. But what's the lesson from all of this? Phone good, company bad, put phone away. There's so much to remember, which probably means we'll end up remembering nothing. It's not about forcing yourself to be away from the phone. It's about replacing that time of distraction with something else. You find that when you've got something important and fulfilling to focus on, the urge to check your phone just decreases. So set a time to focus on that one thing, put your phone away, and do the thing. We live in the greatest, safest time in the history of mankind. It'll be a shame if we don't properly enjoy it. Win at life. You got this.